keep on going with the Outer Worlds. I think we have to do some space travel at this point. Go talk to a crazy old man. So I'm gonna actually fast travel to do this. I'm also gonna clean out my inventory. Yeah, all of them. Just finished up my Christmas movie run, which top of that list is White Christmas and Die Hard. I've had nieces and nephews around the last few days. Kind of spend some time out here before Christmas. Of course, we're having everybody in for Christmas. I think we're having about 4, 5 people outside the family in for Christmas dinner. But you know how we do that around here, so. Alexis watched it. She said it was good. She's gonna drag me to watch it. I have not watched Far From Home yet. Just
Said you docked 3 days
I'm
ago.
running a little slow on everything.
Hazy when I think back on it. So, was Fallbrook all you'd hoped for?
Christmas season's good. It's become a ritual for me to argue with my mother on whether Die Hard truly is a Christmas movie or not. You know? I feel like I win that argument because she always goes, well, it's just not. So, okay. So first thing, let's make sure everybody's leveled up first. First and foremost. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, there's more Christmas music than the majority of current Christmas movies that come out in Die Hard. There's direct references to, well, it's Christmas. It's a Christmas miracle. It's the time of year. There's even a ho 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 in it. Christmas decorations. Definitely a redemption arc in there. for Officer Al. Um, I mean, yeah, there's all kinds of Christmassy stuff. Yes, White Christmas is one. One, because, it has Christmas in the title. But two, it actually starts on a Christmas Eve during World War II. So, and there's explosions and violence. It's wartime, just like in Die Hard. And, you know, yeah, I agree. If White Christmas is, if A Wonderful Life is, I mean, honestly, A Wonderful Life is taking some kind of dark content into consideration. And all. So, and if you're talking about level of violence, I mean, we have Home Alone, which is definitely considered a Christmas movie, and there's all kinds of violence in that. So, yeah. Still can't convince Monkey. I don't think. I've convinced him that it's a Christmas movie. But short end is, it was not marketed and did not start out as a Christmas movie, but culturally, if you look up the stats on it, it gets the most views during December every year. So culturally, it's a Christmas movie now. So that's where I leave that one usually. All right, now can I give that to anybody? No. So I can pretty much get rid of all that. I think I want to give her good. There you go. Felix is good. Nokia has that. Kind of want to give Pavati the eye patch. Parrot Pavati. Yes, I agree. Less profanity. But then again, I have a thing on what exactly. That's a whole different argument, a whole can of worms on what exactly profanity is. Um, and less skin? Mm, I don't know. I mean, there's some pretty low cut tops and a lot of legs in White Christmas, truth be told. I mean, and at a risque level for that time period. And you see Bing Crosby in his underwear. Oh yeah, what was I checking? 26, 38. Yeah, I'll keep that on. I want to get rid of that. I kind of like that thing. How much does it weigh? 0.5. I'll keep it around just for the sake of it. All right. So, wanted to do that. I'll sort my inventory and we'll continue. And now I'm going to go and sell the rest. Less. So, but yes, there are parallels. But, you know, from my recollection, I mean, the biggest parallel is that it starts out in a Christmas tree lot. Otherwise, they it feels like they skirt a lot of it in Lethal Weapon. Where, I mean, Die Hard, I would say a good half of the background music is Christmas music. Oh, yeah. Wonderful Life, Lethal Weapon. Yeah, there's some parallels in that one.
I
Huh.
say. All that screaming in the random
Dry goods. Sell everything.
No rubbernecking. Make a buy or move on.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy. No, I'm not gonna buy. I'm actually gonna sell. Hey, Deb, what games have you been playing lately? Since you don't do the PS thing, I don't know. Sell that out from under me. Get the monies. Get my weight down. Okay. Which one? I can think of three off the top of my head. Oh, Xbox exclusive. Well, then it's definitely not any of the three, four, five. Jumped off my head. What game is it? Oh, I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Grounded? Okay. Any good? Okay. So, junk. Repair all equipment. Yes. Wow. It's a good run.
You seen Arthur today?
The last week or so, I've been,
Last time
week,
I
2
saw
weeks,
him was,
I've been playing
stars. I can't
Final
remember.
Fantasy X.
Days.
You don't think he got crushed during the bridge?
Planning on making a run through
It was
10
his
and
team
10
running
Part
that
2.
drop. Sure puts things into perspective.
How many little things were in that game. I'm walking by something like, oh yeah, didn't this lead to a quest? Oh yeah, this is a quest. And you can put hours and hours into that Final Fantasy. I think I've put more hours into that Final Fantasy than any other Final Fantasy I've played. Okay, we're going to see crazy doctor professor guy. And basically we're gonna be opening up the last planet in the standard game. And we're doing that so that we have a full open on DLC. I mean, I've put up about 40 plus parts to this game on YouTube. Still haven't even touched the DLC. So, I should throw transfer. Transfer, thank you. Let's throw all this stuff in. Just get it out of my inventory. For the sake of weight. And we'll run to Phineas Lab.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
No, you go ahead and get that for yourself, Ada. Who am I to say no to self-gratification? Well, anyway, moving on. 12th power energy field. Lightning fuse dispenser, very exciting. And I was reading one of the post-its on the load screen there. Oh, Phineas. I wish to speak with you.
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I weren't behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals. Exciting.
Yes, it's kind of exciting. Okay, and what do you want me to do?
Yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge.
Okay.
Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden City. Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can
Run
find.
into a few of those. Alright. Warning label?
Something about being discontinued due to severe adverse reactions. It's fine. You'll be stealing the chemicals, not ingesting them.
Fair enough. Alright. So fine. Carmen, still chemicals. Moving on. Okay. I think I was still putting a bunch into lockpick. So I wasn't happy about that level. Apply. Accept. Perks. Alright. And I think I was wandering around down here somewhere for perks. I think I'm going to go with that. I don't use any melee, so ranged attack brings down armor. I'm okay with it. Okay. So, last time we were here, we already cleaned through all this. Oh. Okay. So, we're going to at least roll back to the ship. Here. See what happens. Oh, yawnage.
You're adjusting before you pull. You're anticipating.
Of course I'm anticipating it. What if I shoot a friend on accident?
That's on account of your stance. You want to lean into it. Embrace it. Work with it. You're in control here, Parvati, not the gun. Don't let a hunk of metal jerk you around. You've been around powerful machinery all your life. You're always in control, right?
I guess that's kind of like when the filler's shooting 600 cans of near molten sal tuna down the conveyor while I'm trying to tune a belt.
Here, stand like me. Just so. Hips square. Lean forward a little. It's just equipment. You're just an engineer using it. Ah! Okay. We'll try again later. You'll get it. I promise.
She didn't even point the gun and shoot. She just squealed.
Is it time for your regular daily period of unconsciousness?
Yeah, saying it like that makes sleeping feel creepy. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. I seriously don't. Journal. Light the sun. City and the stars, so we're clear on that. Um. Give me a moment while I type stuff. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. So.
I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells.
Yes. Well, you didn't give me a good enough reason not to. So, main story quest, we go back to Terra 2. Those aren't open to me yet. That is, but that's to start the whole murder mystery one.
Captain, I'm receiving an urgent docking request from another vessel.
Oh,
Greetings from the Halcyon Parcel Service. Delivery is guaranteed within standard margins of certainty. I've got a special delivery for Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. With your permission, I'll see it transferred to your ship.
What is it?
It's a parcel, sir.
Fair enough. Are you sure it's not a package?
This is the Halcyon Parcel Service. We don't deal in packages.
Okay. Well, send it
With
over.
alacrity. Stand by, Captain Hawthorne. An HPS certified distribution technician has deposited the parcel into your cargo hold in accordance with hazardous waste disposal procedures.
What? They did what?
They dispensed 3 complimentary spritzes of Anti-Cleo's Citrus Squirt Air Freshener. That's the HPS touch for you, Captain Hawthorne. On behalf of HPS, I'd like to remind you that HPS is not responsible for any damage, defacement, or unseemliness to your parcel. Thank you for your patience, and please remember HPS for all of your future parcel-related needs.
Okay, done. That's hilarious. It's hazardous. What? Don't worry, we spritzed it. It's been spritzed. Okay, that's no good. There's a hand that is severed.
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching. There's a whole research compound left of the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why. But something dangerous is closer to me. Got the job through one Minnie Ambrose. Top runger who just came into some money, was offering a hefty bid card for qualified help. Trust me, her money's good. Talk to Minnie. Take the job. If I ain't gonna live to see the payday, might as well be you. Consider us even, old pal.
Well, that fellow certainly seemed trustworthy.
I've gotten jobs from some unusual sources, but this is a first. Congratulations, Captain.
Right?
I don't mean to sound prim, Captain, but there's gotta be a better way to ask someone to do you a favor.
I just want to say, we gotta take this job. This is the closest I ever been to starring in a serial drama. Only thing we're missing is a couple cameras and a soundtrack.
At least this won't be boring.
There's your soundtrack. Ada, info?
Lucky Montoya owed Captain Hawthorne a considerable debt. I believe this is what humans refer to as payback. Captain, The message contains landing coordinates for a small asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. It was
Charybdis?
recently registered to a Wilhelmina Ambrose.
And what about the severed arm?
Now, I, for one, was hoping to do the exact opposite of that.
What? Do you want to shake its hand?
Yeah, can we talk about the arm? I want to take bets on how the guy lost it. My money's on cannibals.
That ain't really that fella's arm, right? It's gotta be a dummy. Or a toy?
Well, I'm not cleaning
What
it
kind of
up.
toys do you play with?
Cleanup service request processed. Disposal of human arm from the Unreliable's cargo hold will commence in the immediate future.
Simulating disgust. How distasteful. Humans eat there. I'm not touching it. Etc. Lucky Montoya had a statistically significant tendency to encounter situations of extreme danger.
He liked to show off his battle scars. I get the feeling he won't be flashing this one around.
Well,
He
maybe
was
he
also the
runs
fourth
around
best paid
with a
freelancer
stone.
in the system.
I've known a few people with one arm. I've had relatives with one arm. So, yeah. Fourth best paid. Only the fourth?
There are several hundred freelancers operating in Halcyon. Considering the numbers, Mr. Montoya ranked among the top percentile. This had less correlation with his measured aptitudes, which rank at or below average, than with a pattern of fortunate circumstances.
Oh, that's probably why they call him lucky, right?
Luck does not exist, Captain. Nevertheless, I am programmed to agree with your assessment.
Well, good for you,
I have
robot.
transferred the coordinates for Ambrose Manor to your navigation terminal. We can travel there when you are ready.
All right. That was a fun piece of everybody going, ew.
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon.
I took it. I'm just going to keep the arm on me. Why? Because I can. Gorgon, Gorgon, Gorgon. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Gorgon. Ambrose Manor. Let's go.
We arrived at Ambrose Manor.
All right.